What's up, you guys? Welcome back to a new video. This is going to be just another one of the sit-down, uncut conversations. This will be the second one I put out. And I kind of just want to keep doing these. I had this idea the other day of literally just sitting down when something's weighing on me or when I have something I feel like I want to just talk about that doesn't have a generalized topic of something that can have like a formally formatted video and stuff like that. But honestly, just like inviting you guys to have a conversation with me, kind of. That's the idea behind this. But also, this is kind of the new setup. I'm going for a new location here. And if you can't hear, if I sound a little congested, I am at the end of a sickness right now. So let's hope that continues to go away. But yeah, I apologize for that if I sniffle at all or anything like that. So, but today, honestly, I just kind of wanted to talk about like the topic of overthinking, kind of rumination, just like thought spirals, that kind of stuff. Like the last 3, 4 days, honestly, I've really been in this kind of rumination cycle of not necessarily that I'm doing anything bad where I feel guilty, and not necessarily that there's anything going on that's giving me this constant sense of anxiety, but my brain has been in this rumination of questioning and overthinking a decision or a lot of decisions. And I found myself doing this from time to time of just when there's a decision that needs to be made or a decision that's upcoming or a decision I already made. I begin to hyper fixate and hyper analyze whether or not it's the right decision. And it normally goes in two different ways of the spectrum of I hyperanalyze it as the right decision, so I really hone in on what I need to do to fix this. But then the issue with that is that kind of takes it out of my focus off of God, and if this is the right decision He wants, because I'm trying to hyper analyze, is this the right decision and am I doing the right thing? And then there's the flip side of that, of where I'm hyperanalyzing if this is the wrong decision, and then I could possibly be, in a way, not quite understanding that God might be pushing something to me or trying to tell me something, and I'm over here just thinking about how wrong it is. I don't really know if that makes any sense, but so I've just been in this thought spiral, and it's not necessarily like it's this depression, but it's just this tiredness that kind of overcomes my mind. This restlessness. Um, sorry guys. Um, and it's just unsettling. I don't know if any of you guys know what I'm talking about, but when like you tend to overthink something to the point of exhaustion, it becomes unsettling, even the topic of it. Something that at one point could have been super joyful for you, and stuff that is for me, then becomes anxiety inducing, because when that topic or that person or that thing comes up, you've thought it to death. You've literally thought the enjoyment out of these things. And I find myself in that spiral sometimes, and it bothers me really, really bad, because I begin to question and overthink every single possible decision. Now, my intentions behind this are good. I want to do things that honor God. I want all my decisions to glorify Him. I want to do things out of less of me, more of Him, humbly, and I want to accept the things He wants for me. But then there's this like nagging voice in my head where if I don't want something that's happening, am I blocking a blessing from God, or am I going against what He wants for me? This parallel of, if it's bad, if it's at all bad, it's not from God. So therefore, I need to turn away and move in the other direction. But then during that path, during that walk of me going in that other direction, there's sometimes these good things that pop along the way. And at first they, because they're good, I think I want them, and I think they're oh yeah, I get that initial excitement. But then the more I dig in and sit with it, the more I realize that maybe me as a person, don't necessarily want that thing, or I don't want to go that way. But then that's where I begin to trap myself. And I think, well, if it's at all good, it has to be from God. So then if I have to go that way. And if I go a different way, then that would be dishonoring him, or that would be going against his will for me. That would be blocking blessings, or if I don't want that, and I choose not to have something, or I choose to walk a different path, that nothing good will ever happen again because I missed out on my one good chance. Now these are all just I know these are all just traps, because also I apologize if you can hear cars. I know God doesn't work that way. God, he's not the author of confusion, for one thing. So if these things that I thought were good are bringing me confusion down the line, that should be enough of a warning that it's either not from him, or that I am overthinking, and that should bring me comfort in the fact of that. But it doesn't. And I'm really struggling with that, of questioning, if I'm always questioning if what I'm doing is honoring God, if I'm making the wrong decision, if I have to, every little bitty positive thing that comes my way, if I don't, if I at all get upset, or if I get frustrated, or if I get caught up in something that I'm thinking, or if I at all question anything, that I'm failing him. I it's exhausting, because I can't track it back to anything. There's not one thing inherently wrong that is causing me to feel this way, other than the fact of, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to make the wrong decision. And my intention behind that is good. And that's a good heart posture I know I have, that I don't want to make the wrong decision. But then, am I just focusing too much on the decision itself? Am I then trying to micromanage these decisions, instead of faithfully walking into or out of situations and decisions? By my pursuit to be perfect, I could be dishonoring God in the first place. I know I'm not perfect. Jesus is the only person that's perfect. And I've just felt this conviction lately of, why, Ethan, are you chasing perfection? And I'm overthinking every decision, I think, because I want the outcome to be perfect. I genuinely feel like, because I feel so passionately about the things God's doing in my life, and the way I feel about him, and the things he saved me from, that if I mess up, that'll all go away. But I know it doesn't work like that, and that's diminishing Jesus' sacrifice, thinking that it's conditional on me being perfect, and it's not. But I'm trapping myself into this mindset lately of being perfect, and it's exhausting me, and it's, especially the last few days, been convicting me of, as I feel like a fraud, of all the things Jesus helped me work through, and all the progress I've made over the last year, and then to be right back at square one with feeling fraudulent. I don't know, guys. It's hard. Um, So I don't think anything good comes of overthinking. I think discernment, meditation and long thought processes like of discernment are a lot different than overthinking. And I feel like whereas in the last year I still overthink all the time, but I have had better moments of being able to discern things. I feel kind of my discernment is shot lately, and I don't know my right from my left, and I can hear God, but then I question it, and then I overthink it. Like I just my brain is on this thought spiral lately of questioning decisions and overthinking every single thing, every action I make, every person that comes into my life, every obstacle, every burden, every win, every success, all of it. It's all thrown into the same pot right now. And it's frustrating to say the least. But guys, I don't know if that makes any sense. Um, but all this to say that if you're overthinking um, or questioning if you're making the right decision or not, know that there are higher things at play that you can't control. And that's something I keep trying to ground myself on is there's higher things at play here that are above me and above my knowledge happening. Me trying to figure out those things through questioning everything is never going to end well, and it's never going to end with peace for me. And it's only going to draw me further away from resting in the peace that Jesus brings, the peace that we have knowing that because of his sacrifice, we have a chance to strive for more. And yeah, I don't have a lot else to say. Like I said, this is kind of random. I'm just sitting down and I'm just thinking through some stuff. So, but guys, I understand, you know, rumination and overthinking and downward thought spirals and thought loops and stuff. I do really understand, and I'm here for you. Um, the only reason I really want to make videos like this is, for one, so I can kind of talk out my own emotions and stuff, and but I just want to show you guys the raw side of me, and sometimes the unfiltered things and uncut things can be very beneficial when like you give up that sense of control. Like when I micro edit all my videos, there's a interest in a quality about nicely edited stuff, but there's also an interest in a it draws you in with authenticity. At least that's how I feel. And I think the times that I feel connected most to the stuff I'm putting out is when I'm looking and watching back on it and it's my most authentic self. That's when I feel the most confident in putting it out, only because I it came from a place of authenticity. That nothing was scripted, that nothing was because I felt like a video needed to get made, but because I wanted to do it because I was feeling this in the moment. So all that to say, um, overthinking. Guys, if you need help with anything, if there's anything I can help you with, just comment down below. Um, I love all you very much, and I thank you for all your support. I thank God every single day that He's placed it in my heart to make videos and music and all these things, and whether or not it goes anywhere, that's out of my control. But for the couple people that do see and that do interact with me, I'm so grateful and thankful for you. And I just wish nothing but the best and ever, just blessings over you and your lives. I love all you very much. Remember, God loves you. If you're struggling, guys, it's okay. I will see you in the next one, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night.